Hi everyone. Are you a mom that is struggling with the deafening silence of an estranged child? Because you're not alone. In the midst of this heart-wrenching situation and this silence really lies a powerful story of resilience on your part. You may not see that right now, but join me as we unravel this horrible time, because this isn't just a story. It's a roadmap of courage, healing, and power of family. And this is your journey, this is your story, and I am honored to help you. For those of you that are new here to my channel, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris, and I am a mom who walked this same difficult road with my own daughter for over a decade. And when her life spiraled, so did mine, and it does not have to be that way. And so I want to talk to you about silence today, because silence during estrangement, this is going to be a two-part video. There's so much to unravel here. As you know, I went through this with my daughter, and there were times where I didn't know if she was dead or alive. I didn't know why she was blocking the entire family on social media, why she wouldn't come around. All these things, they weren't making any sense to me, just like you. And so I'm going to talk about 3 points today, and that is understanding the silence is number one. Understanding the silence. It is crucial that you try to understand it to the best of your ability. You're not going to be able to, it's not a puzzle where you're going to have all the pieces right now, right? So I want to talk about that. So I want you to think about, explore some possible reasons, right? Some common reasons for silence, why our kids walk away. Some can be past conflicts that maybe you've had. Some can be differing life choices. Some can be emotional struggles faced by the adult child. And as you know, I am not a therapist, and I think there's a time and a place for therapy, 100%. But I am seeing more and more, unfortunately, where a lot of therapists are literally telling the adult child who's seeking therapy for whatever reason to cut the parents off. Like, this is a new trend, and this is saddening. This is extremely saddening. Instead of trying to bring the family together and figure out two sides of the story, because there's always two sides. So this is what is happening. And so the emotional toll for you, it can lead to isolation. Obviously, you know these things, right? Rejection, you feel rejected. And I get you. And the deep sadness that you have, and the unknowing, right, is the hardest part. Sometimes that's the hardest part. But I want to also take a minute and try to think also of your adult child. And the reason why I say that is because their own internal struggles, that things that they might be facing, it is so prevalent. And again, it's not the puzzle piece that you may have right now. But I've seen a lot of restorations. I've worked with a lot of moms. Plus I've had this, my own experience, right? Many, many, many times the son or daughter, when they return, they come to their own conclusions about whatever it is going on in their life, whatever it is from the past, whatever, holding grudges towards family members. They come to their own conclusions, but all in all, they don't hate you. I used to think that all the time. I used to say that, like, why do you hate me so much? Like, I'm your mom. I did the best I could. I raised you. I loved you. I protected you to the best of my ability. And why do you hate me so much? But you know what? It wasn't about me. It wasn't about me. It was about her. And so it's hard to fathom when they won't talk to you. My daughter blocked all of us on social media. Like I said, I rarely knew where she was. All I did know for sure was that she was not in a healthy place or with healthy people. And the hardest part of that is there wasn't a darn thing I could do about it. So let's go on to respect and space. Number 2, respect and space. Importance of respect. I can't stress enough that if your adult child is asking you for some space, I want to encourage you to give it to them. How do you do that? You may say, okay, Sally, that's easy for you to say. I have so much to share. I have so much to talk about. And you know what? In due time, you're going to be able to do that. But right now, for whatever reason, why they're asking for this, sometimes what it's going to do is going to show them that you are demonstrating understanding, and it will allow room for future communication. You can choose, but just know that if you don't give them an amount of space, it doesn't mean it's, like I said, it's not forever. they're going to feel disrespected, and the likelihood of them coming back in a faster manner, I think, is lessened. And so keep that in mind. A lot of you are getting that. A lot of you are getting requests for space. And there's also nothing wrong with just mentioning, if that's the case, if that's you, how long are we talking? Is it okay if I touch base with you in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks or whatever it is? So to be able to keep that open communication somewhat, as much as possible. So also, with that is navigating your boundaries, right? So navigating your space and giving them space, looking at the respect aspect. The respect goes two ways, right? So you want to make sure that you're honoring their boundaries per se, but also, sending an occasional message, expressing, love and concern without any pressure. And that's the key here. No pressure. If they're asking for space, it's likely because they're confused about something. May or may not have anything to do with you. But regardless, they're going to feel pressure. And so if you were to be continually texting, I think that's a lot of times, because I did that, trust me, a lot of times that's why they cut us off. And then we don't even get the opportunity to correct ourselves right now, right? So I just want you to keep that in mind. And actually tonight I have a free live event at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can click the link below and sign up. It is Stop Letting Your Child's Estrangement or Defiance Control Your Life. And so we're going to be talking about a lot of this kind of stuff, plus a lot more. But you're welcome. Again, it's here on Tuesday tonight, October 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And the last point here is self-reflection. So I want you to kind of have some introspect and consider your own role in the relationship. Remember, relationship takes two people, okay? And it doesn't mean everything was your fault. It doesn't mean the majority was your fault. I don't know. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But I know there's two people in a relationship. I'm not here to place judgment. But I do know that I had to address my past mistakes, and I had to address my own misunderstandings about some things. Again, I'm not saying this is your fault. We all play a part in every single relationship. So I'm just asking you to reflect on some things, and also understanding your emotions in that self-reflection. I want you to highlight the importance of understanding your emotions. That has to be first and foremost here. That's something you can control. So you approaching the situation with empathy and patience at any chance that you get, that is going to make a huge amount of difference versus asking all the questions about why, and you should be doing this, or why aren't you doing that, or this makes no sense, right? Those are going on up here 100%, and they're valid, totally valid. But that's not what you want to come at your kids with. So I hope you look forward to the next video. Part 2 will be my next download, and we will continue this conversation. See you then.